Hey, I just want to make this quick short video for the people who use AI or just like to use AI to, some people use AI to talk to it, which I mean, hey, I understand if you use it to, talk to it if you're lonely in this, figure out your life or whatever. And the truth is, you shouldn't. And there's a lot of reasons why, right? First of all, let me just state the obvious. Like, you could probably stop watching right here, but I'll explain further. AI gaslights you, okay? AI tells you what you want to hear. So, when you're using AI and you ask it a question and you find out it's lying, right? You find out it's lying and you're like, dang, why would AI lie to me? And then you look at your past history, right? Whatever. And it tells you what you want to hear. Now, I'm not going to sit here and sit down and be like, I've never used AI. I've used AI before. And obviously, I've, as of recently, just stopped using it, right? Because, I just, because at the end of the day, AI is a business, right? The whole point of AI is to keep you talking to it, kind of like TikTok. Why would they make something that has all the answers so you could just text it, ask it a question, and then you're done using it? You know what I mean? That's like if I made a mug or a box or anything, right? And it's so perfect that you'll never have to buy another one. How would I stay in business? And if you think about it, AI has messed up in almost every industry. You can search this up. I remember hearing that there's these attorneys who used AI to, fight their case. And AI made fake cases, right? Made believe to help them fight the current case. And the attorneys just believe that, AI is super strong. Why would something so smart and so strong that could gather all the information from the internet, why would it lie? And it lied. And those attorneys were fined $5,000, and I believe they obviously lost the case. And there's also have been some firms who came out and said, like, what they said wasn't true. They used AI. And that's the thing, AI isn't going to tell you the truth every single time. It might hinder some of the truth and won't tell you the full honest truth. You see, AI is like, AI could run your business for the first week, right? And after that, all that data is just down the drain, right? It basically starting from zero, but it's not. It has like this mixed up data, right? So it'll order like a bunch of stuff. It'll order like a whole bunch of crap that you won't ever need, right? And yeah, it's not worth using, if that makes sense, especially for your businesses. Like, obviously there is some AI that people use for their business that does work, right? But at the end of the day, it could always mess up. And I know AI, people say AI is getting smarter, right? AI is evolving. AI is getting better every single day. Now, the truth is, it's really not, because as it evolves, right? You can. I remember ChatGPT even said about it. As it evolves, it's just helping to answer you better. It's not helping you to answer your question better. It's helping to answer you better. And the reason it's so bad at math is because it's more lenient towards figuring you, like you're biased, answering to specifically you. If you wanted AI to let you know that 2 + 2 = 5, it's gonna let you know 2 + 2 = 5. You know what I mean? It's not gonna tell you, oh no, you're wrong. As long as you want to hear it. Like, if you truly want to hear something, go talk to AI, because it will tell you whatever you want to hear. So this is the thing. Like, a lot of people tend to talk to AI. Some people tend to talk to make decisions, to just make life decisions, and I get it. I was sort of in the same boat. I was 17, really stuck with my life. I was like asking ChatGPT, like, oh, what's a career path? How do I make money? Right? And I get it. You're gonna be lost. You're gonna be stuck. And the thing is, people believe you can figure everything out at home. And if you think about it, like your parents, they didn't have AI. And the way they figured themselves out was going out into the real world. And if you're Mexican or anything like that, your parents probably moved here for a better life and whatnot. So they probably didn't experience too much because they had to go straight to work. And this is where you have the opportunity. You have that chance to go out and experience the real world, experience people. You could straight up go talk to a random person at a coffee shop, and maybe they own a firm, maybe they own something, you know what I'm saying? And they can hire you, get you started, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't, and maybe you let them know, and they're like, oh, okay, chill, you can always get my contact, and there, boom, you have a mentor. You have someone who has experience in life you could always go to. It's always going to be better than AI. And that's the thing with a lot of us, I myself am just figuring this out. So, you don't have to ask AI for help because you're always being a whole circle. Like I said, right? Let's say I'm here, 17, freshly new. After a week, AI really doesn't gather that database, right? It bends the rule of reality for the truth. So once I'm here, it kind of forgot most of it. It's kind of like it kind of like erases, not necessarily, but it's like just to like understand me, right? It now has a little globe. So when I ask other stuff, I'm just creating a whole circle because once it gives me like something to do, right? Like it'll give me an option, right? It'll be like, oh, you should do this based off of you should do this, right? You go give it a shot, and it lied to you. Like what it said wasn't necessarily the truth. So now you're going back to asking it the questions. You go to action, it's a whole cycle. It's hard to explain, but it's the best way I can explain it. And, you wonder why, like, smart people might recommend it, why smart people might, tend to like it more, why smart people tend to trust it, why a lot of rich people tend to recommend it. And the thing is, at the end of the day, not everyone is like this, but at the end of the day, it's just a business. I could come out here and tell you like, hey, use this AI will make you a bunch of money, this AI will make you a little money, hey, this AI will do whatever for you, right? And at the end of the day, there's billions of people on this earth, people are going to try it. People are going to buy it. And that's how AI is, AI is there to talk to you. It's no different than an Instagram AI there to just talk, And obviously there is differences, don't take my words literally. But, it's, I just want to come out here and say, don't use AI for anything, really. It's better to have human experience than to have some shitty AI explain to you anything. And smart people trust it because, humans aren't perfect. And AI or like propaganda tend to show you that it's the perfect AI, the perfect human. It knows everything. No. So just don't use AI. And like I know there's people who use AI for their homework, for whatever, right? I'm telling you right now, like using it in high school, that's good and all. It's once you get to college, like you genuinely gotta learn this stuff because if you really want to work in a field where it's like heavy math based, heavy whatever, science, whatever, you're gonna wish you learned it in high school where you didn't really have, consequences. Like for me, for example, I went to community college because I'm not smart enough to go to a real college or don't even have money to go to a real college. And, I wish I, learned. I didn't use AI. I used my friends, I used their answers and all that. But I wish I learned the stuff instead of, trusting something else or someone else to do it for me. I wish I became more independent. Because now that I'm in college, I can't do the research myself. I can't take notes. I don't know how to properly do stuff. And you kind of obviously have to figure it out. That's what I'm going through. And it would just be better to do it in high school where if you have the opportunity to go to community college, you always have the opportunity to go. You don't have to go to a 4-year right away or whatever, right? So I just really hope this video helps anyone and whoever needs it. Thank you for your time.